Hey everybody, Dr. Laura Dabney here with some helpful and practical tips on how to navigate your relationships with your significant other, your kids, and yourself. So it is the month of love, and we are talking about lessons of love and how to teach those to your children. This is such a valuable skill to teach them. I have lots of patients who say, why didn't they teach this in school? But really, it is our job as parents to teach our children this, and hopefully you got some lessons or from somebody somewhere on how to do this, but I'm glad to help you out with that. So in the last video, I talked about the scale of love, so dislike, like, love, and when and how to teach that depending on your child's age. So today I want to focus on how to help your child navigate that scale if they're on a different page from another child. So let's use the example number one of if your child likes or loves somebody and they don't return the feeling. Very, very important here that you help your child understand that that comes with a feeling of grief, right? Losing a relationship or potential relationship or what they dreamed of could be a relationship, that comes with grief, and that is normal. A lot of parents make the mistake of minimizing this. What's the big deal? You know, you never really were that close to them anyway, or you never liked them before, or you just met them, or some other nonsense, okay? Not for you to determine what they should be feeling. That is the biggest way to put a wedge between you and your child. Okay? If they're feeling grief because of a lost relationship, let them know how normal that is. Be a good listener. Let them know that all feelings pass. No one's ever afraid of their happiness going on forever, but a lot of people are terrified that their sadness will go on forever. No feelings last forever, especially if they're talking about it and you let them do that, it'll dissipate. Also, grief has a way of coming and going. A lot of people get confused because they start feeling really great for a couple of days, and then the grief comes back for a little while. That's, again, normal. It'll kind of go like this on the scale, not just grief and then fine. All right, that's teaching them that is a great, valuable lesson. Also very important to let them know that we're pushing somebody, poking at somebody to change their feelings is not healthy. Okay, this is I have a little bit of a pet peeve about how the media handles this. Like you see in movies, some boy likes some girl and she doesn't really care for him and or is involved in something else and doesn't want to deal with a relationship, and he keeps showing up with flowers and or he calls or does something nice for her. You know, that's really not respecting their boundaries. And they make it and pushes until the girl gives in, right? That's not the message we want to give our children, all right? If someone doesn't return their favor, they turn their feelings, they are to give that person some distance. That person can come back and say they changed their mind, but to encourage your child to go after something like that is not a good relational thing to do. All right, let's take the reverse, number two. So if someone cares for your child, but your child doesn't return those feelings. All right, again, very important to let your children have it. It's not for you to determine how your child should feel. Ask questions to find out how they do feel. We're talking about, by the way, high school level kids at this point, late middle or high school level kids at this point. Not doing this with our, our little elementary school kids at this stage. All right, so let's say they feel guilty or bad because they don't return the feelings. You have to help them realize it's nothing wrong or bad about them for not returning the feelings. It doesn't make them a mean or bad person. Okay, and similarly, it's not okay to cave into those feelings just because they feel guilty. Well, I guess I'll pretend I'll be there for, I guess I'll go to the dance with them because they want me to and I feel so badly for them. No. Again, a lot of parents make a mistake here. Oh, just be their friend. What's it going to hurt you? Da, 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 da. Well, you're inflaming their guilt in doing that. You're also teaching them to be passive. And again, these cause huge problems down the line. Don't want to do that. You want to back your child up of distancing from something with an uneven relationship. Okay, number three. Let's say they're on the same page about terms of liking each other, they're friends or their boyfriend, girlfriend, and they have an argument, right? They have these negative feelings while in this mutual relationship. Very helpful that for them, it can be very helpful for them if you teach them how to deal with disagreements. Again, this seems so basic, or we kind of sometimes expect as parents, well, you'll just figure it out, or someone else will teach you. But we don't want that. We want you to be able to give your child the best information possible. So again, it's important to let them know that their needs are normal, but the other person's needs are normal too. They don't have to align. So if your child wants to go out with their friends instead of the football game, it's perfectly in their right to do that. What's not in their right to do, or is not helpful to, or let's say is toxic to the relationship, is if your child starts to change the other person. Well, you shouldn't want me to go, and why don't you should want to go with your friends, and you're too this, or criticizing them in some way. You don't want your child to change the other person to meet their needs. All right. And again, you don't want them to get passive. Okay, I'll go because you want me to go. Again, you want them to find some kind of a compromise, teach them how to discuss with their friend what they want or could both do that they could both be happy with. Okay, since it's really bothering you, really want me to go to the football game, I'll go out with my friends for the first half and then meet you for the second half. How about that? And then, that person maybe come back with something else, but it should be something where they both feel like they're not taken over or not taking somebody over at the end. That's the goal, right? Okay, so this is tough stuff. This is like psychiatry level, I don't know, 300 or something. This is way up there. We learn about this in med school and residency, so you're doing great if you're here with me and stuck with me through this whole thing. All right, so good luck with that. Of course, we're here if you need us for any help with this. 757-340-8800.